welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and today I am going to make my postcard for the hashtag Gely postcard play, and I am going to use the steps that were put out by Louisa Heinzel in a video. I'll link her video below. She made cards. I figured I'd do this, making the postcards, and I'm just using what I have on hand. And this is what, okay, this kind of destroyed that little pad, but it's what I had. I didn't have a brush or anything. Actually, my aunt probably has some, but, you know, I was trying to use what I had on hand, what I brought with me, and of course I brought Eddie's stencil. So this is a stencil that was designed by Eddie Reyes. Eddie Makes Art. It's sold by pmartiststudio.com. And so I put the permanent ink on the stencil and then spread it around. I'm not doing the whole page because I only need 2 postcards. So I'm just kind of focusing on one side of the page. So now I'm going to take this stamp that I did buy because I didn't remember to bring a script stamp. And I've kind of been wanting this for a while anyway. So I just use that as an excuse. So I want the ghost print of the stamp, I guess, is what Louisa and Barbara did. So I stamped it off on the side and then went through a different stencil. I think Barbara and Louisa both went through this, like they stenciled the ink and then they stamped through the same stencil. I decided to do a different stencil. I'm not sure exactly what this does. I think I have another way of doing the stamp that I would like better, just by using like the ripping paper and getting that kind of a look instead of using the stencil. Okay, so I don't have any oxides with me. Well, I do now because I just went to Michael's, but I didn't when I made this video. So I'm using the watercolors that I brought instead of the Distress Oxides, and I'm trying to show you the colors. It's one of the reds and the Azo Gold and Magenta was the other one. So, and it's taken me forever to find them. So I hope everybody is doing well. Let me know in the comments if you have done this. I think basically Louisa had asked, do you find this hard or easy when you try to do something you've seen somebody else do? It is a little bit more difficult when you're kind of having to figure out what to do with what you have on hand. But I just kind of wanted to show that you could. Now this came out way darker than I would have liked, because Louisa's, I think Barbara's, well, Louisa's came out more subtle, and because of that, you'll see me like spritz water on it with the brush. I didn't have a water bottle at the time or anything like that. I'm just working at the kitchen table there. Graham was watching some kind of thriller in the other room, so, you know, voiceover is what I was going to have to do. So yeah, you see me spritzing the water on there. And you do hear the air conditioning in the background, but you love me, so you don't want me to have to be here without air conditioning. And then I just took that's some wet strength tissue paper that I was just trying to blot it and make it look more watery colory. I don't know. It's way darker than I would have liked. So far, I'm not loving it, but I like it in the end. So the next thing is I cut them into the 4x6 postcards. I'm not going to back these like Louisa and Barbara did. And many other people have done this challenge as well. And then I just inked the edges. And now, because I don't have the heat embossing with me, I just went ahead and took my sketchbook paper and a gold Posca pen, Posca. They were on sale. I don't know if they're still on sale, but they were like half price. And I had them in my save for later. And I saw they were half off. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting these. And it had a gold one in there. So like that's the closest I could probably come to embossing. So I make a couple pictures. This one ended up being too tall, but that's all right. I just cut off the bottom. And then, so draw that. And then I draw another one off camera. And we'll use these instead of the heat embossing. Just cut them out. And then for my word, I've got this stamp. And I've just got the word delightful. I've gone ahead and used that gold marker for a background. And instead of, I think what Louisa did is she kind of made a hole in it. And I decided not to do that. I made an attempt to use that watercolor, to use my number 27, because this is postcard number 27. So I had to get the number on there. And it was, you'll see me do a thumbs down in a second. It was sort of a fail. But I made it work you'll see me try using the ink pad, the stamp pad. And that you know, it helped a little bit. At least helped you be able to see that it was a 27. And then it's also got kind of that watery color effect around the 27. So, you know, it wasn't a total fail. I made it work. And like I said, I'm using what I have. And then, of course, it's the hashtag Gely postcard play. So, had to add a piece of gel plate print, and that's what that dark piece is. And I think that made me like it so much more. That piece had similar colors to what I had in the flowers. And it just seemed to do really well. So now I am just doing a little doodly border. Try to get a close-up of it so you can see I just kind of go straight and then scribble and go straight and then come back over. Just messy, scribbly, just, I don't know. It's kind of a fun way to do things. It's kind of how I do my sketchy flowers too, where I just go bloop, bloop. You got to do the sound effects. And there we go. Postcard number 27. Using the steps that Louisa Heinzel showed in her challenge video. And it was fun. Have a delightful day, guys. Love you.